Hello there everyone, Shippy here. Hope everyone out there is doing well. Today back once again with some more Tekken 8 ranked matches. I try to climb up the blue ranks with King here. Looks like my first one is going to be an Eddy player. This is actually my third attempt at recording this video because the first two matches I had were so ungodly laggy that I had to no contest them. So this is going to be a test to see if we can actually get through one. It looks like this one's going to be a lot more stable. Thankfully. Alright, go for the mid here. Alright, we'll take that. Alright, let's see if we can get done against Eddy here. Eddy's kind of a mixed bag. Like, either I do halfway decently or I get steamrolled. Alright, well, they pressed a button, so let's just go ahead and steal this round out. Alright, scrubby way to take the first game, but we take it nonetheless. But yeah, slowly trying to work our way to Bushin. We're almost to the halfway point of Kenshin, so I don't know if we'll quite make it, but we're going to try to. All right, good break. I just don't know what Eddy's doing half the time. All right, we'll take that. Alright, we'll heat up here. Alright, I'm going to go for the grab because we ducked the last time. Alright, we're going to press a button. We're going to go for a Rage Art because I did think they wanted to keep their turn there. I did see him press a button. So we will scrub out 2 rounds this way. For better or for worse, I guess. Probably for worse. There's muscle armor. Alright, we'll take that. Ah, he didn't get wall like I thought. Alright, we'll do King 101. Our grab did not quite work there. And we are going to get the counter hit on the forward 2, and managed to steal 1 game against Eddy and very nearly get to halfway through Kenshin. Again, my goal is to, if I can, get the Tekken King before the new patch or an update or whatever you want to call it goes live. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to win enough games to get the point stacks to even achieve something like that. I messed up my launcher. I just don't know when I can take my turn against Eddy. Alright, we get the low profile there, though. Alright, we're gonna back up, go for the mid. Just block it, get on him. Alright, he does take that. But we are gonna get the power crush there. And get the guaranteed grab. This might be enough. Alright, managed to steal 1. Alright, tried to power press that. Can't unfortunately do that with a grab. I tried to do down forward 1. I can never tell when I can take my turn back against Eddy. That was a bad launch. And that grab tracked right to me. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit too predictable now because I just don't know how to deal with this bullshit. Wow, that goes really far. And that's a low, I guess. Everything he does is low profiles everything. And mash on my turn, everyone always does. Off the heat. Alright, he just what the fuck are you supposed to do? Alright. Let's see if we can get back under control here. I did not mean to do that. I was trying to Jaguar step backwards. And Eddie's gonna take the second game here. I just don't know what to do when he gets going. He like low profiles like everything King does. At least from the limited knowledge of what I know how to do. So I need to try to keep him in check, but I don't really know how.
Round one. Fight.
See, and I try to launch it for doing lows like that, but it just beats it out. I can't even get up off the ground. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm just getting steamrolled by Eddy now because I'm just getting knowledge checked to death. I just don't know how to deal with his bullshit. Probably did get the grab in there, though, so I just gotta hope he doesn't know how to deal with mine. Really is the only hope we have here. God, they just tracked and low-profiled me. What the fuck are you supposed to do? I do manage to get a hit in there. Really, my grab didn't beat the power crush? Oh well. We'll scrub out another Rage Art win, I guess. Alright, we at least tie things up at around a piece.
Round three. Fight.
Alright, dude actually managed to get launched there. He looked like he was going to be stuck on the ground, so I just kind of went for it. That's unfortunate. Alright, we are going to get our grab in here, though. Let's see if he knows how to break this. That's not what I wanted. And that's just going to beat our heat outright. And we may never be able to stand up, yeah. Okay. Did it break it? Alright, he's consistently breaking that now. Just, again, I have no idea what the fuck to do. He just... Everything I pick is wrong, unfortunately. So we're going to drop the first set against Eddy here, as I just played very piss poorly. I just don't know how to deal with this stuff. But a good game to opponent. Know back on to find my next match. Alrighty, this is like I found my next opponent here. Got up against a Claudio player, which I don't see a ton of Claudio, so this will be an interesting one. Alright, see what we can do. Alright, we'll get launched trying to sidestep. Alright, we're not gonna let him get away with the Superman punch. Alright, gotta test him with King 101. I mean, I'll just grab you, dude, if you're just gonna, gonna lay there. Alright, it's not a one break. That's unfortunate that fell short. Probably did, because I can just rage right off that. Well, that was very unfortunate. We probably should have won that round, but fortunately we do come short on the 4-4-2. Alright, let's see if we can actually make something here. I did not mean to jump there. I don't know how I got to jump trying to sidewalk up. Alright, he's definitely sitting on that launcher. I ran right into that. Yeah, he can confirm from off of that from that far away. Yeah, straight into the Superman punch. Okay. All right, there's more to that. All right, he does crouch there. All right, that just outright beats our heat engager there. Cannot sidewalk it. All right, he's starting to crouch that more. Need to keep that in mind. And I missed on the heat engager, unfortunately. And we're going to drop our first match to Claudio here. All right, we're going to have to start playing a little bit better than what I am if we're actually going to win some matches today. All right. All right, we get launched off of that. All right, we do get a launcher of our own. That's unfortunate. All right, this first team's going to go to Claudio here. All right, he's just sitting on that launcher. All right, it's not a one break. All right, we're going to get a counter hit of our own. And manage to get around on the board this time, which I don't think we did last game. All right, we get the launch here. All right, not going to get away with that. All right, cannot sidewalk that, I see. That's unfortunate. I should have I knew he was going to match. Everyone matches there. All right, that's going to track our sidestep there. All right, tried to sidewalk that. Did not, unfortunately. All right, do manage to get lucky and get a launch here. That's very unfortunate. I tried to go for 4-4-2, and that's going to go right through it. All right, we're running out of time. He had the health lead, but we are going to drop 2 consecutive games to Claudio here, and we're on the risk of getting pitched back down to Raijin, unfortunately. But a good game set opponent. I'm back on to find my next match. Alrighty, looks like our next opponent is going to be a Steve player, and we are on our Devo match, unfortunately. Let's see if we can actually manage to get a win on the board. How about it? Alright, we do manage to fish our first hit, but not before we lose almost all of our health. Alright, try to go for a grab there. Right, he does crouch that. Oh, he actually stayed on the ground longer than I thought. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to trade. He's going to trade and get a counter hit launch. Alright, we do actually get a launch of our own here. Alright, he does break that grab. Alright, that's not a one break. But I always test first because I just don't know the breaks for these half the moves in this game. Alright, we are going to get a hit there. Alright, we're going to heat up out of that. Back up. He actually didn't go for the rage right there. Got a little bit too passive there. Alright, not a two break. Alright, that's just going to straight up beat low there. Alright, we're going to get the counter hit there. Alright, they do crouch there. This should be a KO barring anything terrible happening. It actually wasn't a KO. Damn it. Alright, well, we're going to lose again, unfortunately. And right down into fucking Raijin we go. Alright, well, we're not playing very well today at all. Let's see if we can eke out a win against Steve somehow, but it's not really looking promising. Alright, it's got a low profile what we're doing there. Alright, we are in trouble out of the gate again. I do manage to get a launch there, though. Drop that combo. Not going to help much anything. That's just unfortunate. And we cannot sidewalk that. It'll track right to us. And one round goes to Steve. Yeah, I missed the shit out of that. God damn it, I hate guard break so much. Alright. And we're gonna get launched. And can't sidestep that. Alright, well, we're gonna immediately lose 2 rounds to Steve. God damn, he's not fucking playing very well at all. And it's gonna jump right over the 4-4-2. And they don't duck. I've been launched him for that. That's not what I wanted. Alright, we're gonna heat up here. Alright, we get hit. I tried to jab check him there. Alrighty, we're gonna successfully not win a game today and slide all the way back into Raijin and lose, what was it, 6 in a row? 6 in a row? Alright. Alrighty, what an abysmal day for Tekken, but I do believe I'm gonna end the video here though. Good games to everyone I played today if I didn't say it already. If you made this far already, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.